Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors. But first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Kerr offers brutally honest take on Steph Curry's absence after playoff exit. The Golden State Warriors have been the class of the NBA over the last dozen years, both in terms of success and comportment, and that didn't change after the franchise fell to the Minnesota Timberwolves in 5 games in the Western Conference semifinals. Head coach Steve Kerr spoke to media members following the team's loss in Minneapolis on Wednesday, May 14, and answered honestly and respectfully the question of how the matchup might have turned out had Stephen Curry not suffered a hamstring strain in the first half of Game 1, which sidelined him for the remainder of the series. "I don't even have to think. I know we had a shot. I know we could have gone the distance." Steve Kerr on how far he thought the Warriors could have gone before Steph got hurt. "Actually, I don't even have to think," Kerr said. "I know we had a shot. I know we could have gone the distance. Maybe we wouldn't have, but it doesn't matter. Again, everything in the playoffs is about who stays healthy and who gets hot. And are you playing well at the right time? Do you have multiple guys step up in key games, make shots, and do you have good health? You see it every year in every series. There's a little bit of luck involved, and we've been on both sides of that. It's just part of it." Warriors gave Timberwolves respect after second-round series victory, getting Minnesota Timberwolves superstar Anthony Edwards. ESPN reporter Young Misak, who asked the question prompting Kerr's answer detailed above, posted to X in a definitive statement that the Warriors didn't want to take anything away from the Wolves. Minnesota is now back in the Western Conference Finals for the second consecutive year, earning its way there in just 10 games, after dispatching the Los Angeles Lakers in 5 contests in Round 1. The team is young and deep and defensively solid on the interior and exterior. Plus has a true superstar in Anthony Edwards upon whom it can rely. The Timberwolves will square off against either the Oklahoma City Thunder or the Denver Nuggets for the right to move on to the NBA Finals. The Thunder lead the Nuggets 3-2 with Game 6 scheduled in Denver on Thursday, May 15. If necessary, a Game 7 between the two teams will take place in Oklahoma City on Sunday, May 18. Warriors in mix for Giannis Antetokounmpo trade during off-season. Gideon Antetokounmpo of the Milwaukee Bucks. Meanwhile, Golden State enters the off-season with a massive Curry-related what-if, though that is already the past and won't matter in the 2025-26 campaign. Curry will turn 38 years old in the second half of next season, while Jimmy Butler will turn 36 before the season starts, and Draymond Green will be 36 years old in March of next year. The Warriors have several quality pieces in place, though injuries will remain a concern moving into next season, as the team's core stars will all be in their late 30s by the time the playoffs begin. Golden State is among the wild-card contenders to land Giannis Antetokounmpo in a trade this summer, who is prepared to leave the Milwaukee Bucks for the right opportunity for the first time in his career. Such a move could change the face of the franchise and would probably necessitate dealing Butler in the process to make the money work. Should that outcome fail to materialize, it is unclear if the Warriors could make any other splash moves to significantly change the roster ahead of next season. Report: Warriors likely to move on from key rotation player this off-season. Jonathan Kuminga's future with the Golden State Warriors is in doubt as his rising contract demands, and the team's cap situation could lead to a trade this off-season. The Golden State Warriors season came to an end on Wednesday with a Game 5 loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves, officially kicking off what's expected to be a busy off-season. And one player who could be on the move from the Bay Area is Jonathan Kuminga. There is a chance Kuminga is with the Warriors next season. NBA writer Tim Kawakami said on 95.7 The Game, but likeliest is that he will be gone on another team in the off-season. The money is the problem. Can they do something better with that money? Kuminga is expected to command $30 million or more per season on his next contract. A number that could complicate the Warriors' already tight cap situation. Signing him to such a deal, and then trading him could be the most realistic option. This would allow Golden State to recoup value while avoiding a major financial hit. Obviously, JK has got the contract situation, Draymond Green said after Game 5 defeat. I always wish him the best with that. Whether it's here or elsewhere, you just wish him the best. In the 2025 NBA playoffs, the 22-year-old forward averaged 15.3 points, 2.5 rebounds, and 1.3 assists over 8 games. Kuminga was the number 7 pick in the 2021 NBA draft and a part of the 2022 championship run. The Warriors have coveted the Greek Freak for years and hope to pull off a Giannis Antetokounmpo trade in the 2025 offseason per multiple insiders. However, the Bucks star reportedly has no desire to move to the Western Conference and prefers remaining in the East if and when he gets traded. According to Brandon "Scoopy" Robinson, Antetokounmpo prefers remaining in the Eastern Conference with teams like the Nets and Raptors atop his radar. Giannis Antetokounmpo's name doesn't typically come up in trade chatter, but around the league that's beginning to shift, Robinson wrote on May 14. While the Milwaukee Bucks have publicly committed to their franchise cornerstone, multiple league sources tell me that if a trade were ever to materialize, Giannis Antetokounmpo would prefer to remain in the Eastern Conference. The reasoning: strategic control, player empowerment, recruiting power, and a desire to shape the next phase of his career on his own terms. Two teams that have emerged as destinations of interest for the two-time MVP are the Toronto Raptors and the Brooklyn Nets. Shaquille O'Neal makes bold Steph Curry statement after Warriors' season-ending loss. The Golden State Warriors had some hope that Steph Curry would have been able to return from his hamstring injury in time for their Game 6 matchup against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Unfortunately for them, Curry and the Warriors will not have the opportunity to do so after the Wolves closed out the series on Wednesday night via a 121-110 win at Target Center. After winning the series 4-1, Minnesota is now headed to the Western Conference Finals for a second consecutive season, where they will face the winner of the Oklahoma City Thunder Nuggets series. Shaquille O'Neal shared his thoughts on the series shortly after Golden State's season-ending loss. According to the Hall of Fame big man, it's very much possible that it's the Warriors who would have came out on top of this series if only Curry didn't suffer that hamstring injury. Steph is the one dynamic player that can take over a game. O'Neal said he hasn't really been Steph this whole playoffs. If he's healthy, he can give you one of those games with 30, 40, 50 points, and it could change the series. So to answer your question, I think if he was healthy, they definitely could have won the series. The Warriors lost Curry in Game 1 after the former back-to-back MVP suffered a non-con injury. He was later diagnosed with a hamstring strain and ended up missing the rest of the series. Golden State was still able to pull off an unexpected win in Game 1 in Minnesota despite Curry's early exit. The Wolves, however, ended up winning the next 4 games with the 11-time All-Star watching from the bench. Whatever the case might be, all this is nothing more than hypothetical talk right now. The fact of the matter is that Curry and the Warriors are now headed for an early summer vacation after an ultimately disappointing end to their campaign. And you fan, what do you think about Shaquille O'Neal's situation? Write to us in the comments.